It would be difficult to ignore the journey that superhero films have made since Richard Donner's Superman in 1978, through the 1980s era of gaudy comic book adaptations like Howard the Duck and He-Man, Masters of the Universe, in a decade top-ended by the gothic stylings of Tim Burton's Batman in 1989, past the revisionist approach of Bryan Singer's X-Men and Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins, and into the current universe-building model of the more recent Marvel and DC Comics adaptations. David Yarovesky's new film Brightburn, produced by James Gunn, who himself directed the subversive and deconstructionist superhero film Super in 2010, before assimilating himself into the Marvel timeline with Guardians of the Galaxy in 2014, looks back to the origins of the modern superhero film in Richard Donner's Superman. Brightburn reworks the story of young Superman's arrival on Earth and his adoption by Kansas farming couple Jonathan and Martha Kent, asking the audience to imagine instead that this young refugee from another planet may be willing to use his superpowers as a force for evil. In Brightburn, the extraterrestrial visitor is a young man named Brandon, who, like Superman, was discovered in a crashed alien spacecraft by a childless farming couple. As Brandon becomes increasingly aware of the unnatural powers bestowed upon him by his alien heritage, he comes to relish using them to enact and cover up acts of incredible violence. Admittedly not as subversive as one might hope, Brightburn is nevertheless an interesting antidote to the now tiresome stream of superhero films that have dominated cinema screens during the past decade. The film marries the Superman mythos with a nod towards the bad seed pictures of the 1950s, films about murderous children rooted in Mervyn LeRoy's 1956 movie The Bad Seed, which encompassed the likes of Village of the Damned and 1970s supernatural films such as The Exorcist and Robert Mulligan's The Other, onto more recent pictures like We Need to Talk About Kevin. Whilst not as witty or sharp in its deconstruction of superhero tropes as James Gunn's own Super, Brightburn nevertheless represents a potential new turning point for superhero films as they move into a new era.
I came here for a reason. He was in the barn.
Did he find it?
No. It was like he was drawn to it.
He may look like us. He's not like us.